ABC Daytime and Colgate Total want to send 4 winners on a trip for 4 to the 7th annual Super Soap Weekend, November 9th and 10th at Walt Disney World Resort near Orlando, Florida. Go to abc.com or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to this address to find out how to win a trip to Super Soap Weekend, presented by Colgate Total.
Do you want to know what Michael B. Jordan's mom, Donna, told Michael B. Jordan as we were sitting at a patio table at Disney-MGM Studios that could possibly have changed the course of Michael B. Jordan's career? Well, stay tuned in this episode and find out as I explain why, and this is pretty cool.
With over 20 years of experience serving as a cast member for the Walt Disney World Resort, welcome to Less is More Disney.
So just what is ABC Super Soap Weekend? Well, it was a huge fan-based event that started in 1996 all the way to 2008 at Disney-MGM Studios, as well as our sister park in Disneyland, California. This was an event that started when ABC merged with Disney. And to promote those daytime televisions, Disney brought in dozens of celebrities every year around November in a weekend to promote the celebrities and the shows. We had shows from All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live. And the celebrities would come down for a weekend to do parades, motorcades. We had talk series and also celebrity meet and greets at individual tables with the umbrella. Kind of like a little everywhere around Disney-MGM Studios, there were stations set up and there was just celebrities and fans. It was just a whole fun event. And of course, the attractions were all open as well. For us VIP tour guides, this was probably one of our favorite event of all time. Not only because it was just such fun energy around, but because the celebrities, we got to hang out with them. We got to personally be with them throughout the event, with them and their family. We got to have dinner with them, pick them up at the airports, got to go to the parks and just hang out with them during the event. And the event started about 9 a.m. all the way till 10 at night, I think, where there was a big finale with fireworks on those event nights. And as tour guides, we got to party with them, go to those special events, and hang out at those VIP lounges where we got to eat great food, had snacks. The lounge was located where the meet and greet now is for Olaf and for Mickey and Minnie over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But before the meet and greet, it was this lounge where it was covered with a gated area and surrounded by trees and bushes. And there was a gate to go in, and it was like a big lounge that had these little conference rooms, restrooms, and also an outdoor patio area. And that was called Hollywood Hideaway. And the celebrities for these events would hang out there, and we got to just hang out in between meet and greets and photo sessions. So again, this event was amazing. And this event also launched careers for a lot of people. I got to know a lot of the familiar household names that we know of today from this event, like Kelly Ripa, Lisa Rinna from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and also Michael B. Jordan, who is now an A-list celebrity from the movie Sinners. Great movie, by the way. Check it out. During the course of the 12 years of this event, I had the honor and pleasure of taking around 4 different celebrities during 4 different years. One of them was Sydney Penny from All My Children. She was with her husband, her late husband, Rob. They were both phenomenal, and I just love Rob. He sadly passed away about a year ago, but such a great guy. And then I also had Jacob Young from All My Children. He was kind of like a Brad Pitt lookalike. Such a nice guy, him and his family. And then I also had Tyler Christopher, who was married to Eva Longoria back in his day. And sadly, he passed away as well. But I had him and his wonderful then girlfriend, Bree, who's just so wonderful and beautiful. And I still keep in touch with her to this day. And then I had the amazing A-list celebrity, Michael B. Jordan, who is in the movie Sinners. Great movie, by the way. But he went on to becoming this mega star, which is why I made this video as well. But those are the celebrities that I had, and they were so fun to be with. We got to spend about 4 days, 3 or 4 days together. Some of them with their family, just some of them by themselves or with a couple. And during this event, we would have this. Actually, I have some souvenirs from them. So this was what the VIP tour guides would wear, kind of like their credentials to go in and out of the events, as well as to go to Hollywood Hideaway, so we can have access to that with the celebrities. And I kept one of this. And we also had these. These are some of the uh, autograph photos. These are pre-autographed actually, but the other ones that we gave out during the event, during the meet and greets, were blank with their pictures only. These ones are, though, are autographed ones, and the reason why they are autographed is because these were recovery photos. I know the light is shining on some of them, but these are some of my celebrities during this event. Again, every year change of different celebrities, but for the most part, we had Susan Lucci, who was consistent throughout the event because people loved to see her. She's the legend of daytime television. Jacob Young was one I had, and then I had Sidney Penny, and then I also had from Michael B. Jordan, who gave this to me on my last day with them, him and his family. I had him, his brother Khalid, their mother Donna, and also their dad, Michael Jordan. But this is from Michael B. Jordan. And this autograph photo says, "To Les, thank you for taking us around and showing us a wonderful time here. Thank you for being the best tour guide at Disney World." And I said, "I hope to see you next time. Your friend, Michael B. Jordan." So I wonder if he still remembers me, if I ever saw him on the during an event or something, or even if I run into him somehow at the airport or on my flight. That'd be great if we just reconnected. But I got a lot of fun souvenirs from these events. And again, it was just a fun event to do. We would pick them up at the airport, the celebrity and their family, and then we would take them around the parks. We kept these celebrity autograph photos in hand, and they would come in these packets that we would give out at Disney-MGM Studios in guest relations. It would come in this bag that special events would give us, and we would bag them up. Actually, it has a little biography of the celebrities too, and some of the cool things there, and promotion for ABC Super Soaps. But it would be this bag, and we would have about several dozens of these in a box, and those are for recovery. Because even though these fans are fun and exciting, some of these fans are crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. So if a fan did not get to meet their favorite celebrity, or they come to guest relations complaining that it was such a long line and they didn't get a chance to get to meet them, then we would give them these packs of autograph photos, pre-printed autograph photos as recovery for them. We also had merchandise from the event as a way of saying, "I'm so sorry." And in guest relations, that's what we had to do during these events. Even Star Wars weekends, we had these recovery souvenir photos and autographs just in case of an emergency. But these fans, again, are unique. Some of them are just so cherished that they think that these celebrities are the real characters in themselves. I've witnessed before where I was standing next to the celebrity as they were doing their autograph session at these different locations around Disney-MGM Studios, and the fans that are waiting in line, and some of them are in front of us because we have like a kind of like a security gate in front of us. They would just go out there, scream their name, get crazy, take photos, but also call them by their character names and ask them why they left so and so in the show. So it's kind of like Dr. Drake Vermore over on Friends with Joey, how some fans think they're real. But it was just a cool culture and just fun people watching when you were at this park. Now, some of the guests going to Disney-MGM Studios during this event were not fans of soap, so they were a little bit turned off that it was so crowded, that they had to maneuver their way around just to go on the attraction and just enjoy being at a Disney park itself. But for the most part, fans would line up for hours before the park opened just to go to this event. I remember when we would be working this event as a guest relations cast member, when the park opened at 8 o'clock for these fans, the lines would be all the way past security, long thousands of people waiting in line, because once the park opened, they would run or walk safely to their respective celebrity meet and greet locations. We had autograph stations by Echo Lake. We also had autograph stations by Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, or at the studio's backlot tour area. So all spread out around the area. And throughout the day, every hour, we would have celebrities doing motorcades. So we had it lined up with categories. Like maybe from 9 a.m., you would have some of the celebrities from All My Children, and they would come down Hollywood Boulevard in their special Cadillacs and cars with their characters, with Disney characters on them. And they would just parade down Hollywood Studios until down Hollywood Boulevard, and then they would reach the stage, which was in front of the Chinese theater. And that's where they would host those celebrity events and talk series. And then we also had these fun kind of personal meet and greets, or more so talk show style, over at what is now the Frozen Sing-Along Theater. That's where we had these talk series with different events, with different celebrities and different... It was just all over the place. It was crazy, chaotic, but fun at the same time. And at the end of the night, people would line up for hours down Hollywood Boulevard all the way down to the center stage, because the grand finale was when every celebrity, and there was like about 30 or 40 at sometimes, I may be exaggerating, but a lot of celebrities during that weekend, and they would come down. They would all have their own parade vehicles or their Cadillac cars, and they would line up backstage with a Disney character each in their respective vehicle. And then the finale show starts, where they would all parade down Hollywood Boulevard, and you have thousands and thousands of fans on the sidewalk climbing on top of each other and taking photos of the celebrities as they parade down. And this was happening at night. So there was spotlights and music, and there was the host of the events narrating as they were strolling down Hollywood Boulevard. And as they reached the stage, all the Cadillac cars were parked behind the stage. And the celebrities all were on stage, about 30 or 40 of them, just dancing and waving at the fans and posing. And then I believe there would be fireworks going off in the background. After the celebrities went back to their respective cars and they all drove off to the backstage area where Star Tours The Adventure Continues is, then there would be more fun going on stage, because then some of the soap stars were also musicians, so they performed with their band. And it was just a night of fun itself. And so that's why we love this event, because as tour guides, we got to party with them. And after the event itself finished, there was like all these fun after-hour parties with the celebrities, and we got to take them and just hang out with them as well. So again, it was a very fun event. So mega superstar Michael B. Jordan. When I first heard that I was going to have Michael B. Jordan on tour, I had no idea who he was. He was 16 years old at that time. It was back in 2003. As VIP tour guides, our headquarters for our VIP tours was over at the backstage of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that was our little office area in that feature animation building. Before our event started, the night before, we would have a big meeting with all the tour guides that were scheduled to be part of this event. And we were to go to that meeting, and they would give us a packet with all these credentials for the celebrity and their family. There would be park tickets in this packet, as well as celebrity bios about the celebrities going to the event itself, about them. And then we had these press packets, schedules about what we were supposed to do with these celebrities, what time we were supposed to pick them up at the airport, their flight numbers, who was going to be in the family and the party. And what type of events they're going to be a part of during the next 2 days. So as VIP tour guides, our responsibility was to take them to these events, to get them there on time, to get them to their autograph sessions at a timely manner, to get them to these little places. So every little detail was organized and synchronized to what we had to do for the celebrity itself. So we had to be very responsible, because back then we didn't have any iPhones. We had pagers, and we didn't have any iPhones to check on schedules or to be reminded of things. We had to be very, very responsible and cognizant of the times and the schedules itself. So we got those packets, and I had Michael B. Jordan. And at first I thought it was the basketball player, but then I thought, wow, Michael B. Jordan. So I looked him up, and yeah, he was a 16-year-old kid who played the part of Reggie from All My Children. And as we went to the events, to the meeting, as tour guides, we were giving the rundown of what to be expected of us, and then we had our coordinators. Usually it would be Trent and Ken, who I love. They are our VIP tour coordinators, and they would run this event, and they would tell us the lowdown on what's going to happen. And then we would be getting our our keys for our vehicles, because we all had our respective 15-passenger vans or Suburbans or Cadillacs. Susan Lucci, of course, would have her own Cadillac. But we would have our own vehicles, and then some of us would have to pick up our celebrities that night, or some of them the next morning. But then, yeah, so that was what the meeting was about. So I got the rundown about Michael B. Jordan, that I would be having him and his dad and mom and his little brother, who was, I think it was like 14 or 13 at that time. But yeah, and so I was excited, because I heard that was their first time to Walt Disney World, and they were excited as a family. The day that I picked up Michael B. Jordan and his family from the airport, I remember waiting for them at the Orlando International Airport baggage claim area. And from the moment I met them, they were very lovely. I actually felt like they were like a family that I've known for years. The mom and dad were very loving. They were just so appreciative of me being there to pick them up. And Michael and Kylie were just so nice, very personable. There was never an awkward silence, because they would treat you like family, and it was just so easy to talk to them. So I was, of course, excited to take them to their resort, which was at Disney's Boardwalk Resort. As I drove them there, I gave them the rundown of the weekend and what it was going to be all about, because Michael B. Jordan has never been to this event before, so he had no idea what to expect. And because of my expertise being a tour guide for Sydney Penny the year prior, I got the opportunity to tell them about how exciting it was and how fun the fans were, and the event itself was just spectacular. When I checked them in to the resort, they wanted to rest and relax at the resort itself before going out to explore the parks, because they had a day off before the next day, which was the event itself. I remember that Michael and Khaled had their own hotel room, and their mom and dad would have their own as well. But I remember that one moment when Michael B. Jordan said, "Hey, you want to hang out at my hotel room?" And while we were waiting for the parks, and I said, yeah, because I told him I was tired, and because we had an early morning pickup time. And so Michael B. Jordan said, why don't you just take a nap in my hotel room? I'm like, okay. So that was pretty cool. So it was me and Michael B. Jordan. We were in his hotel room, and he was on one bed and I was on the other, and we were just like relaxing, watching television in the room. And I just took a little nap, because again, back then, as a VIP tour guide, we got away with doing so many fun, cool things. So we did that, and then once we finished resting and finally got our second win, all of us went to the parks itself and hung out. So the first day of the event was fun for Michael B. Jordan, because he was super excited to be there. He didn't know what to expect. My Michael B. Jordan and his family, we checked them into Hollywood Hideaway, where a lot of the celebrities and VIP tour guides would go first into the Hollywood Hideaway. That way we can just drop off our bags and whatever we need to leave there before going to the event itself. And Hollywood Hideaway would be a place where also the families could hang out and just relax. The lounge itself had nonstop all-you-can-eat food. We had snacks, we had Red Bull because it would be long days. So they had energy drinks and they had tables full of snacks. And during lunch and dinner, they would have catered meals by Disney catering services. So Hollywood Hideaway was a great place for us to just digress. And I was looking at my schedule. I would always look at my schedule to kind of remind myself of what's Michael B. Jordan's next event or his next meet and greet for autographs. And then we would leave the Hollywood Hideaway and there would be fans camped out at the location at the entrance of the Hollywood Hideaway. And we would have Disney security walk myself and the celebrity to our respective event itself. And depending how big the celebrity, well, all the celebrities were pretty big to the fans, but yeah, we had bodyguards and Disney security walking us to the events itself. Sometimes it's easier for us to drive backstage to these events around Disney-MGM Studios rather than walking to the location from Hollywood Hideaway, because walking around with fans chasing us was longer than normal. And sometimes the fans would ask for autographs and pictures as we were stopping. There was one point where I told Michael to, hey, pretend you're on your phone talking so that they wouldn't bother you. So it kind of worked because he would pretend that he was on the phone and he would just wave at the fans as we were walking to our respective location. Speaking of craziness with the fans, they would camp out at the resort because they know which resort that we stayed at, because the celebrities would stay at a certain resort, and that year it was Disney's Boardwalk Resort. So we would have fans camping out at the lobby or in the valet area. But the special events team, they got smart over the years, and we created a decoy area. So we would have the convention side of Disney's Boardwalk Resort, the convention side where we dropped off the celebrities. We would park our cars there, and we had like a little backstage area that we would walk. And sometimes I felt like it would be a mile long to the resort, but we would park our car at the convention side, go through the convention area, and go to the backstage kitchen area and walk all the way underground of the resort to get to our rooms through the service elevators. So that was a process, but it was worth it because it kind of helped for us to deter our ways from those crazy fans, fun fans. Michael really enjoyed the event itself. On our first day, he had such a great time meeting the fans, signing autographs for them, taking photos with them, and also doing these talk series and doing the parade at the end of the night. He had such a great time. Him and his brother, I got to take them around to the Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and all these other different rides in between events itself, those 2 days. And what's fun about these events too is that the VIP tour guides were all assigned their own Pargo. So those golf carts in the back stage area, every celebrity had their own golf carts. So we got to drive them around, and we were told not to let the celebrities drive the vehicles. It's only us tour guides that were able to do that. But Michael B. Jordan and his brother Khaled wanted to drive it so badly, but I stuck to the rules and I told them no, safety issue. But it was tempting because I'm like, who can say no to Michael B. Jordan? And I remember one night, the second night actually, Michael B. Jordan wanted to hang out and check his email. So I took him to guest relations in the front of the park at night before the big finale. And it was me and Michael hanging out in the back of guest relations. So for all you guest relations cast members at Disney's Hollywood Studios, I took him to window 3 in guest relations. We shut the blinds and he was checking his email and surfing the internet, and got to hang out with some of the guest relations cast members there before the big finale event. So that was pretty cool. All in all, Michael B. Jordan and his family had an amazing time over at ABC Super Soap Weekend. The last night we were there, we had dinner over at Boma at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I recommended that place to them because I loved it, and they loved it as well. But before they said goodnight to me, Michael B. Jordan gave me, again, this autographed picture, which I hold dearly to this day, which is amazing. And lots of memories that I got to have with them. Oh, and before I forget, so there was one moment on our second day that Donna, Michael's mom, and we were sitting with Michael at a patio table at Hollywood Hideaway. Next to us was the president of ABC Daytime Television at that time. He was there at the patio table next to us. And Donna went up to Michael, because Michael and I wanted to go to do more rides. But Donna said, no, I want you to stay here because I want you to talk to the president of ABC when he gets a moment. Because I want you to talk to him, build connections with him, because, he can launch your career. So I want you to get to know him and kind of put you on his radar. And I will always remember that moment because to this day, I wonder, maybe from that conversation, something else happened that made him to this big star that he is today. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so and hit like. That would help me out greatly and that would mean a lot to me. But I can't wait to share with you more fun stories as me being a VIP tour guide for Walt Disney World. Till next time, thank you very much.
We hoped you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching.